Hi, everybody. Welcome to the 7th of 12 epic bourbon days of Christmas. And boy, do we have a special treat today. I will tell you that before Raj brought this bottle to my attention, I knew very, very little about it. And it is very interesting. And just the presentation case is amazing. And Raj, I want you to talk about this bottle and basically show everybody the presentation. It's really interesting.
It is, and I think one of the things we did was we dressed up a little today because this feels like going to a very fancy restaurant where you have to wear a jacket and a tie. And so we thought we'd dress up. This is a very special bottle. I would say it's probably the rarest that I have in my collection. And it's a beautiful box, brown box. It's a leather box. It's got the gold logo, Last Drop logo. And when you open the box, you've got the main bottle over here, and they also give you a small sample bottle, 2-ounce sample bottle, which is great. If you didn't want to open the bottle, you can drink the small bottle, and it comes with a little book, gives you a little bit of background on Last Drop, as well as a certificate on the back regarding this whole bottle. And then when you take the bottle out, it's a beautiful bottle. It's the way, to me, it feels like more old school Scotch type bottles. I think it's a beautiful design. The letters, the gold letters, the font. I think it's a very well done bottle. And only 44 bottles came out of this barrel, and this was number 34 of 44.
Very, very unique. And one of the things I found interesting is it's an 18-year-old bourbon, but they actually stored it back in the year 2000 and only bottled it for this presentation. And my thinking is that they thought that the whiskey had reached its apex, and they didn't want to age it beyond that 18 years to get any woody tones or to ruin it, basically. I know you did tell me that this has got a interesting label, so interesting top. So I'm going to start working on it.
Sure.
While you talk about it.
Right. So Don mentioned that it was aged for 18 years. So it was distilled in 1982 at Buffalo Trace, but back at that time it wasn't Buffalo Trace. It was George T. Stagg Distillery. Gary Gayhart was a distiller at that time, and he distilled the bourbon. And a while later, a young man by the name of Harlan Wheatley joined and worked under Gary. Harlan was the one who found this bottle or barrel in 2000 and decided that it needs to come out of the barrel. And they then put it in a steel container, and that stops the aging but preserves the bourbon. And then in 2020, it was decided it's time to bottle this. So a little bit about the Last Drop. And
we're going to pause for a minute because this top is a little bit more unique than we anticipated. So bear with us for just a moment. Hey, thank you, folks. Appreciate your patience. It's such a unique bottle. It has a unique way of opening it, and we've now got it figured out. And what comes with this is another stopper. So once you remove the cork, you replace that with a more traditional bottle stopper.
some came out easy. So this is one I have been really waiting to try and see how special the bourbon is. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's different.
It's,
Definitely shows its age.
It's special.
Yeah. Some fruit tones to it.
A lot of fruit tones.
Yeah. So a little bit about Last Drop. So earlier I was talking about how Gary distilled the bourbon in 1982, and then Heartland found the barrel in 2000, and then he decided to take it out and put it in a sealed container and stop the aging further. In 2000, Sazerac had already bought the Last Drop Company. It was part of the Sazerac brand, and so they decided to make the first American whiskey bottle. So this was the first one that was made. The previous releases were all scotches out of Scotland, and so this is the first one. So a little bit background about Last Drop. So Last Drop was founded by two gentlemen, Tom Jago and James Epsey, and both are very well known in the whiskey Scotch business. So they were both involved in the introduction of Irish cream, which is a very famous drink, as well as the Blue Label brand of Johnny Walker. So these are very individuals that know the industry, work really well, retired in 2008, and had an idea. And really this company started as an idea to go find these barrels that are sitting in distilleries. It doesn't matter what distillery. They can go to any brand, any distillery. If they have an old barrel, they're willing to try it and taste it. And what I've read is 90% what they taste, they don't bottle. So what bottles is very special. Today, the company is run by their daughters. So Tom's daughter, Rebecca, and James' daughter, Beanie, run the company. And actually, Rebecca, for you, I wore my British cufflinks. And again, thank you for making this possible to have this bottle. I need another sip.
So one of the things that I found out was that Last Drop has created a new experimental warehouse at Buffalo Trace. And it's going to be a refrigerated warehouse to keep the ambient temperature at somewhere around 45
Yeah.
degrees, correct?
Yep.
And the idea is to preserve old barrels, correct?
Or to preserve and let them age at a lower rate. And I shouldn't say age, it's more the evaporation in and out at a lower rate.
Right. And they now, for those of you who follow Buffalo Trace, that's now considered Warehouse P. So it's really, I will tell you, Raj, that I've been looking forward to this, and it is a wonderful drink.
It is. And I've seen Rebecca describe all their releases as they have to be delicious, they have to be old and unique. They don't say rare, because there's some rare bourbons that are not delicious, or there's some unique bourbons that are not delicious or rare. And I think we've featured many of those in the last 6 videos. But so this one is a delicious, old, and unique bourbon. That's what they look for. It is their 13th release. I think they're now on the 24th or the 25th release, but this was release number 13. Since then, they've had rum. They've always had cognac in earlier versions, and I think also French champagne type drink also. But again, this is a great. I'm glad that Sazerac has invested in this company. I think we're going to see some great releases in 2022. But again, this is definitely a special bottle and a special drink.
And Raj, I want to tell you that 2021 has been a little bit difficult for me and my family, and this is a treat. I'm anxious to get to 2022, and it's appropriate that we open this on New Year's Eve because it's a new beginning, and I thank you.
You're welcome. For me, it was having the last bourbon of the year, so being the last drop, and I'm sure we'll be drinking plenty of this in 2022.
Thank you. And everybody, we'd like to wish you a very happy New Year.